Hi everyone, for today's worksheet, we'll be looking at the topic on numbers to 100,000 as a recap, and we'll also be starting on a new topic known as factors and multiples. So in this worksheet, we'll look at questions involving forming greatest odd digit number, rounding numbers, and for the new topic, we'll look at how to find the factors of a given number in question number 3 and question number 4. So let's begin with the first question number 1. Question number 1. Form the greatest 5-digit odd number with the following digits: 1, 6, 9, 5, and 4. Have you already known how to solve this question? Now first, you need to identify which of these numbers are odd or even. So let's draw the table. We have odd and even numbers. What is the first odd number? Odd one out. So 1 is an odd number, followed by 3, 5, 7, and 9. How about even numbers? We have 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. Okay, so let's take a look at the digits given. Digit 1 will be an odd number. Digit 6, even number. Digit 9, odd number. Digit 5, odd number. Digit 4, even number. Okay, so after we are done with deciding which are the odd and evens, let's go on to the next important information. 5-digit. So what should I do? I draw 5 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are my 5 digits. Now be very careful, the question is actually asking for odd number. So which of these place values, is it a 10,000s place, thousands place, hundreds place, tens place, or ones place, has to be an odd number? Yes, to decide whether the number is odd or even, we always look at the last place value, which is the ones place. It must be an odd number. If the ones place is an odd number, means that this 5-digit number will also be an odd number. So we always look at the digit in the ones place to decide if it's an odd or even number. Next information. They want us to form the greatest number. So what does it mean? How do we form the greatest number? The very first digit, must it be a very big number or must it be a very small number? It must be a very big number so that this 5-digit number is the greatest number. Okay, so I should write here as great or as big as possible. As compared to the very last digit here, must it be a very big number or a very small number? It must be a very small number, so as small as possible. Okay, so with this information, we can start to fill in the blanks to find the answer. Now, the first digit that we should solve, which is the digit in the ones place, because we have two information. We know that it is an odd number and it must be a very small odd number. So let's take a look at the odd numbers we have. We have digit 1 and digit 5, which is the smallest odd number. And digit 9 as well. So which is the smallest odd number? Digit 1. So we have digit 1, we write and we strike. So after deciding the digit with 2 information, let's go on to a digit with 1 information. The 10,000s place. The number must be as big as possible. So out of this remaining 4 digits, which is the greatest digit? Digit 9, yes. Right, and we strike. followed by digit 6. Good, we write as we strike. Followed by digit 5. We write and we strike. And finally digit 4. We write and we strike. So the answer for question 1 should be 96,541. This is the answer for question number 1. Let's go on to question number 2. Round the following numbers to the nearest place value in the bracket. So they want us to do rounding, okay, to the nearest place value in the bracket. So for part A, when we round 69,853 to the nearest 10, okay, when we do rounding numbers, do not forget the poem F, L, 4 and 5. F means find your number. And this number that you find depends on the question. Okay, we are looking at the place value. Okay, L stands for look, right, next, door. And 4 stands for 4 or less, just, ignore. And 5 stands for 5 or more, add 1 more. So the poem reads, find your number, look right next door, 4 or less, just ignore, 5 or more, add 1 more. So for part A, when we want to round the number to the nearest 10, step 1, we find our number based on the place value, tens. So let's find, this is the digit in tens place, 5. Step 2, look right next door. So I look to my right next door. Now if this number that we look on our right is 4 or less, we ignore. But if it is 5 or more, we add 1 more. So digit 3, is it 4 or less or 5 or more? 4 or less. So we just ignore. And therefore we copy the numbers in front. Okay, they remain the same, 69,800. Now this 5 you gotta decide. Do you add 1 more or do you let it remain the same? In this case, because it's just ignore, so remain the same. Whatever that comes after the circle becomes a 0. So now, before we move on to the next question, we just do a check. They want the nearest 10. 10 has how many 0? 1 10. Has 1 0. So check. Okay, so this is highly possible that is the correct answer because it's in tens. There is 1 0 in the question. Okay, so when you round off to nearest 10, it is 69,850. Now let's go on to part B. This question wants us to round to the nearest 100. So if we were to follow the poem, find your number. Find a number in the hundreds place. That is the digit 8. Look right next door. Digit 5. Now, is this 4 or less? This digit that we look right, is it 4 or less or 5 or more? 5 or more. So what should we do? We add 1 more. Okay, add 1 more to the digit that we circle in the hundreds place. So let's write down the answer. Before the circle, we copy 69,000. Now this digit 8 here, you got to decide. Does it remain the same or do we add 1 more? In this case, we add 1 more, it becomes a digit 9. Whatever behind the circle becomes a 0, 0. Okay, so before we move on, let's check our answer. They want us to round off to the nearest 100. Okay, 100 has how many zeros? 2 zeros. Okay, so it's very highly likely that this answer is correct because it's indeed rounded off to the nearest 100 with 2 zeros. Okay, let's go on to part C. Round the number to the nearest 1,000. Now they want us to round to the nearest 1,000. So same thing, we follow the step. Step 1, find your number in the thousands place, which is digit 9. Look right next door, digit 8. Now look at this digit 8. Is it 4 or less or 5 or more? 5 or more. So we have to add 1 more. Add 1 more to the digit in the circle. Okay. So now let's take a look. 9 plus 1. What do you get? You get a 10. Can I write a 10 here? No, I have to bring the 10 to the number in front. So we look at 69 as a number like this. 69 plus 1, what do you get? You get a 70,000. Whatever behind this circle here, what would become this? What would these 3 digits become? They will all become 0. So your answer for this question is 70,000. So let's check our answer. Nearest 1,000. 1,000 has how many zeros? 1,000 has 3 zeros. So let's check if it's indeed true. I have 1, 2, 3 zeros here. So this is highly likely that this is correct. Good. Let's continue to question number 3. List the factors of 8. So in order to list the factors of 8, what must we do first? There is a very big clue given to you. We got to list the multiplication equations that make up to the number 8. So when we do listing, we always start from, we do it step by step. We start from 1 times what gives 8. So you ask yourself, 1 times what gives 8? 1 times 8. Good. Let's go on. 2 times what gives 8? Use your 2 times table. 2, 4, 6, 8. How many fingers are? 4. Let's go on. 3 times what gives 8? So we do the listing. 3, 6, 9. Is there an 8? Try again. 3, 6, 9. No, the number skip to the number 9. So nothing, 3 times nothing will give 8. So in this case, there is no answer for this. We strike it off. Next, let's go on. 4 times what gives 8? So we do the listing of 4 times table. 4, 8. How many fingers? 2 fingers. So notice that there is a repeat between the second equation and this current equation. So we do not want to repeat, we cancel. Once it repeats, we stop. Okay, so to list the factors of 8, we only focus on these 2 equations. And in order to list it in order, from the smallest to the greatest number, Ms. Pang taught you to look at a U shape. Downwards, rightwards, then upwards. So the first factor of 8 will be number 1, followed by number 2, followed by number 4, followed by number 8. So these are the factors of 8. 1, 2, 4, and 8. Now let's go on and try question number 4. List the factors of 20. Same thing. A very big clue has been given to you. That is to list the multiplication equations that make up to 20. So let's do it. 1 times what gives 20? Very straightforward. 20. 2 times what gives 20? Now use your 2 times table to help you. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. How many fingers? 10 fingers. Okay, next. 3 times what gives 20? If you list out your 3 times table, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21. Do you see a number 20? No, after 18 is skipped to 21. So 3 times nothing here. Next, 4 times what gives 20? Use your 4 times table. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. How many fingers? 5 fingers. Good. Next one. 5 times what gives 20? Use your fingers. 5, 10, 15, 20. 5 times 4 gives 20. Okay, so notice that these two equations are a repeat. So I cancel out the current equation. And then to list out the factors of 20 in order, same thing, we use the U shape to help us. Downwards, rightwards, and upwards. So the factors of 20 are 1, 2, 4, 5, 10, and 20. So these are the answers, the factors of 20. With that, we end this worksheet. Thank you.